We hear about AI absolutely everywhere these days, but what does it actually mean for a real estate agent like today? Let's just forget the hype for a minute. We're going to look at the specific tools that agents are using right now to completely change the game, from their marketing all the way to the final closing. So let's just get it out of the way. This is the question on every agent's mind, isn't it? With all this crazy new tech, is my job actually at risk? And look, it's a totally valid concern that's been buzzing around the industry, so we're going to tackle it head on.
Well, the reality is way more interesting and honestly a lot more practical. The tools we're seeing pop up aren't about replacing anyone. Nope, they're all about partnership. The best way to think about AI is as your ultimate co-pilot, the one who handles all the tedious stuff so you can focus on what you really do best, that human connection.
All right, so let's start with one of the biggest time sinks for any agent out there: marketing. This is where we're seeing some of the most powerful and frankly, immediately useful AI applications showing up. In Dean Russo from Baird Warner, he just hits the nail on the head here. In a business that is all about relationships, staying top of mind is everything. But that daily grind of creating and posting social media content, it can be absolutely draining. And you know what? This is a perfect problem for AI to solve. So let's take a look at a tool like Rejig.AI. What's so interesting is how it automates things. It's not just scheduling posts, okay? It actually connects directly to the MLS, so you're getting live, up-to-the-minute data. It learns your specific brand voice, and it can even create tailored content just from a simple link you give it. This means you can finally hand off all that repetitive work without ever losing your own personal touch. Okay, so let's move on to our next area, and you'll see how this all builds. Because beyond marketing, AI is also completely revolutionizing the endless behind-the-scenes admin work that, let's be honest, takes up way too much of an agent's day. Really think about it for a second. How do you actually show a client the value of the dozens of calls you made, the hours of research, all that prep work? Logging every single activity is so important for transparency, but man, it is a huge administrative headache. This slide just shows the shift perfectly. Look at this. On the left, you've got the old way, just buried in dashboards and data entry. And on the right, you have the new way. Instead of sitting down after a long day to manually type everything in, agents can just send a quick voice note or a simple text right after a client call. The AI just handles the rest. It's night and day. So a tool like Rayse RAE doesn't just record the work, it makes that work visible to the client, and it does it automatically. An agent can just talk or text about what they did, and boom, RAE instantly categorizes it and puts it into a really professional, client-facing portal. That is a massive breakthrough for proving your value. And this whole idea of streamlining things, it extends right down to the MLS itself. Anyone who's entered a listing knows how tedious and, well, how easy it is to make a mistake. Beach's MLS is tackling this problem head-on. By creating a single-point data entry system with standardized fields, they are just slashing errors and making sure the data is clean right from the very start. And get this, they're not stopping there. Pretty soon, they're rolling out an auto assistant that will use AI to scan photos and public records to pre-fill listing details for you. Just imagine uploading a photo of a kitchen and having the AI automatically list the appliance details and what the countertops are made of. It's all about getting listings live faster and way more accurately. Okay, so AI can handle your marketing. It can handle your admin. But what about one of the most critical parts of an agent's job, actually understanding the data? Well, this is where AI transforms from just an assistant into a seriously powerful analyst. Art Carter, the CEO of CRMLS, he puts it perfectly. The market today demands more from agents than ever before. You have to be faster, you have to be smarter, you have to be more knowledgeable. And that is exactly why tools that can instantly analyze huge amounts of property data are becoming so essential. So let's look at the big picture first. A platform like Real Reports, which, by the way, CRMLS is offering to all its members, is kind of like a comprehensive background check for a property, but on steroids. It pulls in data on everything from liens and zoning to flood risk. This is all about arming agents with deep, institutional-level knowledge in a matter of minutes, not days. Okay, but what if you need to go from that 30,000-foot view all the way down to a hyper-local one? Well, that's where specialized tools like Housify come into play. It was built specifically for the really unique nuances of Florida's scenic Highway 30A market, a place where those generic, nationwide models often just fall flat. And just look at this number, 7.2%. Now, that is Housify's median error rate for property valuations in its market. A tool this precise is only possible because it's trained on hyperlocal data. We're talking everything from MLS records to county GIS info, and it's refreshed every single hour. That kind of accuracy is a game changer. And I just love this detail. It was created by a former agent from that exact market. He knew firsthand that the big, generic valuation models just could not keep up with the local complexities. And this really just hammers home the idea that the very best AI tools are built with deep, on-the-ground human expertise. So, after looking at all these different tools for your marketing, for your admin, for your data, what's the big picture? What does this new agent AI partnership really look like when you put it all together? You know, the common thread that's woven through every single one of these examples is empowerment. That's the key word. None of these tools are trying to replace the agent. Not at all. Instead, they are all designed to amplify your skills, to free up your time, and honestly, to give you superpowers. This slide just puts it all together perfectly. Think about the major pain points, right? Marketing that takes forever, documenting your work, messy data, complex analysis. And for each one, there's an emerging AI tool that turns that problem into a strength. It's all about creating efficiency, demonstrating your value, ensuring accuracy, and deepening your expertise. So ultimately, what all of this does is it shifts your focus as an agent. By automating the marketing, streamlining the admin, and supercharging the data analysis, these tools free you up to spend more of your time on the high-touch, high-value work that only a human can do. You know, building relationships, negotiating deals, and providing that crucial strategic advice. So, as we see these digital partners become more and more integrated into the daily workflow, the agent's toolkit is just fundamentally changing. It really leaves us with a final question to think about. As this technology gets even smarter, what's the very next task you would hand over to your AI copilot?